Hey my friends, jumping into a rockumentary with Kanami from MAID. Gonna break this up into like 3 parts. I don't like to do long ones because I have a lot of anxiety issues and it's hard to sit still that long. So I'm gonna do it in 3 parts. So anyway, let's jump in.
PRS ギターズの35周年モデルのギターを4本弾かせていただきます。楽しんでご覧ください。
Oh, that's a beauty. Look at that flame top. I gotta say, I think that's the most beautiful fretboard inlay I've ever seen, that dragon. That has got to be a $5,000 guitar at least. Paul Smith, USA. I think it's the only time I've ever seen anything for inlays other than the birds. It's most likely a carved maple top. It's got a white binding. You can see the white around it. That top is a flame top, and it's a separate piece of wood from the body. It's glued together. What a beautiful guitar. But Paul Reed Smiths like this, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 would be my guess. Private stock, yeah, easy. And the private stock, it's kind of like Music Man has Ball Family Reserves, where there's just so many made. So that would put this guitar, I don't know, I would guess anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. Easy. Easy, guys. Big, huge money. Oh, look at that. Look at that fire it's breathing. That is just the most beautiful fretboard I've ever seen. Wow. Oh, however, I'd hate to be the one to refret it or do anything to the neck. Ooh, that would not be fun. Definitely got to be a professional to do that. I just can't get over the fretboard.
はい、プライベートストックドラゴン35周年モデル弾かせていただきました。見た目の印象はもうお分かりいただける通り、このドラゴンすごいインレイですね。めちゃめちゃ綺麗です。もう何色使ってるんだろうっていうくらい見た目からしても高級感ありますし、木材のこの木目もすごく均等に入っててとっても綺麗です。これぞプライベートストックっていう感じの印象です。歪みの印象もリア、フロント、センター全部かっこいいです。もうどれもとっても良くて、フロントで弾けばやっぱりそのパッションがあるような音が出ますし、バンドメイドだったらリアでガツンと弾かせてもらいたいなって思うような音色で、バンドのアンサンブルに入っても全く変な目立ち方せず綺麗に混ざるような音だなっていう印象でした。グリップの握り、音色、見た目、すべてパーフェクトなギターだなって思います。
man.
はい、クリーンを弾いてみた印象ですが、もうロー、ミッド、ハイすべて綺麗にとっても出ます。その温かみがあって嫌な感じのもわっとしたローでもなく、
You know, it's super cool. You know, Paul Reed Smiths are great guitars, but not the guitar for me. I always found them to be very unbalanced. If you're just sitting to play, you really have to keep your hand on the neck because they tend to kind of go up like this. At least the one that I did. I mean, it was just a standard, you know, it was an American Paul Reed Smith. But it just seemed unbalanced. And I just think a lot of Paul Reed Smiths now, you don't even get a hard shell case with them, even if you spend $2,000 or $3,000. I think that's really not very cool. But that's just me. I do love them. They play great, but you definitely want to have a strap. If you buy one, even if you're sitting, put your strap on. Because it is, the one that I had, it was like a, well, same body style and everything, but it was like a paint crackle. And it just, whenever I played, if I took my hand off the neck, it just kind of goes up. It just wasn't balanced the way that I like my guitars to be balanced. However, Kanami, she doesn't have an issue with it. Maybe it was just me. Who knows?
嫌な感じのズキッとしたハイでもなく、すごく全体的に優しく、でもすごくクリーンで一音一音綺麗になるよだれが出そうな綺麗なクリーンの音がしました。
Nice. Sounds like she's got the tone turned down on this. Sounds a little muddy, or like a little almost muffled. Nice octave. Can't really tell. I think she's got it all the way. It just sounds a little muffled. It should have a little bit more high end, I think, on that bridge pickup. That's what I always play, is the bridge pickup. I hardly ever switch pickups. The 24 means 24 frets. Again, Paul Reed Smith is a great guitar. It's not something I would ever have expected to really see much of in metal. However, here it is, right, in hard rock or stuff like that. I see a lot of musicians from Japan that are into the Paul Reed Smith. When I think of metal guitars, I think of ESP or Jackson or Dean, you know, stuff like that, or Ibanez even, of course. But PRS is just a really overall, you know, it's good for pretty much anything you can ever want to play. Not a fan of the tremolo systems on any guitar that aren't Floyd Rose. You really got to stretch out your strings and have it set up right. It'll just go right out of tune. I don't care if it's a Paul Reed Smith or a Fender. They just don't hold tune as well, obviously, as a Floyd Rose. But they do, however, make incredible instruments, guys. And obviously, Kanami is awesome. So.
になります。パッと見た感じ、カスタム24ってこういうのついてるイメージが私はなくて、なんか408とかのモデルについてるなっていうイメージだったんですけど、今回35周年モデルはこういう仕様にしたんだなっていう初見でした。すごくいろいろできるなっていう印象がありました。やっぱりここでシングルコイルにブリッジ側とネック側でシングルコイルに切り替えることができるし、
Most of these PRSs you see too, you can see how they kind of come up. Those are carved maple tops. Again, it's two pieces of wood. It's glued onto the body, and then you can see right there's like a, well, it's not really white, but sort of white up there on the top right of your screen. That's the binding. They run a binding all the way around it. It helps hold that, and it's also beautiful. But yeah, this is definitely a sweet looking guitar, and a lot of people hate the gold, like tuning pegs or all that stuff. I love them. I guess people have issues with them eventually with oils from their finger, just kind of tarnish them. But I never had that issue, so I always wipe my stuff down.
リアセンターフロントっていう風にいろいろ切り替えることができて、いろんな楽曲に対応することができるし、自分が弾きたい楽曲の幅も広がるなって思いました。歪んだサウンドはシングルにした時にすごい羽織りづらいなっていう印象がありました。もちろんリアもすごくその PRS の良さが出てる、かっこいいミッド感が出てるかっこいいサウンドなんですけど、シングルにした時にまた面白い味が出てるなっていうふうに思いました。私はシングルにこう
Again, having an anniversary edition is big money. $4 to $6 grand, I would guess, somewhere in there.
切り替えるっていうギターを使うときに音が細くなったりボリューム感が下がったりみたいなのを感じることが多かったんですけど、このギターに関してはシングルコイルに切り替えたとしてもそのボリューム感とか音の抜けなささ、音痩せ感みたいなものがすごくない印象だったので、ライブでもすぐパッて切り替えてシングルに切り替えるっていうことが問題なくできるなっていう印象がございました。クリーンサウンドの印象は生鳴りがすごくまず生鳴りがすごく良くなったなっていう印象があったので、クリーンサウンドもすごく
It's also funny, guys, she's plugged into a Paul Reed Smith amp. I've never even heard one. Never actually seen one for sale.
トーンが綺麗になるようになってるなっていうイメージがしました。だからすごくボディに反映して音も綺麗になっているなって思いました。
Nice. Alright guys, we'll stop it here and pick it up in another part. Yeah guys, Paul Reed Smith is definitely a great guitar, but for my money, I would much rather have an ESP or something else. Kanami loves them and she sounds great, but they're just not something I want to invest money in. After owning I don't know, I think I paid a couple $1,000 for the one that I had, somewhere in there, and it played great. It sounded great. It just seemed unbalanced. But maybe it was just me. I don't know. But if I was going to put $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 into a guitar, it would not be a PRS. I would much rather get an ESP or a custom guitar or something like that. So anyway, guys, hope you like this one. Super fun hanging out with Kanami, checking out some PRS guitars. I'll see you in the next part. Have a great night. Hey, my friends, jumping back in with Kanami, checking out some Paul Reed Smiths. My friend Ron says that the first one that she did, the one with a beautiful dragon inlay, $25,000 US. As he says, and I agree, I never connected with Paul Reed Smith like as a guitar that I would ever really want to play. However, Kanami does. But that guitar is beautiful, but man, $25,000 would buy me a whole slew of guitars, way out of my price range. All right, so let's jump back in. We got the S2 35th Anniversary Custom 24. Again, 24 frets is what the 24 is. I'm sure this guitar is way up there, an anniversary edition. So let's jump in. She's doing octaves there, guys. If you watch her fingers, you can see that she skipped a string. She has these two. She's using these two fingers, skips a string, uses these fingers. It gives you that little bit higher a pitch. Let's see if she does the same thing here. You see where she's skipping the string, the third string down? That's an octave below. I don't think I've ever seen anybody fret one note or one fret with two fingers like that for something like this. Definitely use those two fingers when you're doing two strings. But she's only hitting one string there. But it works for her, certainly, but I've just never seen it done. I don't know, you guys out there, would you guys play that this way? I wouldn't play it that way. I'd play it with just one finger, which would be my third finger. But maybe she does it for exercise on her pinky, because your pinky is like the foreign part of your hand that does not want to go where you want it to go. You got to learn how to do it. So, super cool though. Guys, I don't know. I don't know if it's her settings or what, but it just sounds muddled to me. It's nothing against Kanami. It's just the settings that it's on or something, but it just sounds a little muddled. Not enough tone for my liking, maybe. I don't know. When you look at that guitar right there, that one with the dragon inlay, you can buy a car or you can buy that guitar. And I'm not kidding. Ron looked it up. He said it was $25,000 for that sucker. Unbelievable, man. No way would I ever pay that for a guitar. Even if I had tons of money, I wouldn't do it. Like I say, $25,000 would buy a whole lot of ESPs or Gibsons or whatever else you like. It's crazy. Crazy. And one thing I also love about Kanami is she never uses, like in the Mapito, they always use like 7 strings or something, or Baby Metal 8 strings. Just a standard 6 string in your face, rip your face off is all she needs. Now we're talking. Although, like I said, anything that's not a Floyd Rose, I'm really hesitant to do really a lot of, diving the whammy bar, because if that guitar isn't set up perfectly or your strings aren't stretched out enough, it's just going to go right out of tune. I don't care if it's Paul Reed Smith or not. It will still go out of tune. I'm just not really a big tremolo fan. But then again, I'm also not a big fan of switching around pickups. Most of what I play is just the bridge pickup. If I'm going to play like a different, like a solo or something that needs a little bit of that different sound maybe, but generally I don't change pickups. I'm not a professional guitarist, so I don't need to. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of Paul Reed Smith. I love Kanami's playing, and they're awesome for her, so don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking them. They're beautiful. They play great. I just can't connect with them. Like Ron said, I can't connect with them. I can't connect with the sound. And when I had one, I hated how it was just so unbalanced. I just didn't, it's not a fan of it. But to hear Kanami play it and so many others in Japanese music, it really is incredible, all the people that use Paul Reed Smith in Japan. I think they're way popular over there. However, over here, I don't see many artists that really play them. They have their share of artists, don't get me wrong, but I don't know.
はい、今試奏させていただいたのは S2 のカスタム24 35周年モデルのギターです。見た目は先ほど試奏させていただいたコアと結構似てるなっていう印象がございました。その仕様が似てるなっていう印象ですね。ここでシングルに切り替えることができるような仕様になっていたので、新しいカスタム24だけどこういう仕様があってすごく面白いなっていう印象がございます。歪みの印象も先ほどのコアに比べてっていう感じになっちゃうんですけど、すごくコアに全く劣らない、すごく PRS の良さが出てる歪み感で弾きやすかったです。音の抜け感とかもすごく調整しやすい、その自分の
Looks like a slight, very slight flame top too.
右手のコントロールとかですごく調整しやすいなっていうふうに思って、そのコントロールがしやすいってすごく PRS の良さだと思うので、 S2 モデルもそれがしっかり反映されてるとてもいいギターだと思いました。でこの S2 もシングルコイルに変えた時に音痩せ感とかないかしらって思ったんですけど、
I really did think it was a thinner sound. That's what I was trying to say before. It just, I don't know if she didn't have the volume cranked up. She should have the volume up to demonstrate the pickups. I would anyway. That doesn't mean she does, but I think it sounds thinner than, say, that gray one. That sounded heavier, you know what I mean?
それも感じることなく、ライブ中でもパッと切り替えてシングルに変えることもできますし、そのシングルに変えた歪みの音がすごくハードロックサウンドにも合うなって思ったので、バンドメイドにもすごく使えるこの機能性、素晴らしいと思いました。 クリーンを弾いた印象ですけど S2 モデルということで正直少し音が痩せたりとかちょっとチープな感じになるのかしらって正直思ったんですけど、今弾き比べてみてすごい違いがあるっていうふうには全然思いませんでした。すごくクリーンも抜けますし綺麗ですし、アンサンブルでもすごく映える音が出ました。
Nice. All right, so we'll be back to the other part later on today. What do you guys think? Are you a fan of PRS? Let me know, guys. All right, guys, we will see you in the next one. Have a great day. Hey, my friends, continuing on with Kanami, checking out some PRS guitars. Again, I never connected with them. Although they are beautiful, they certainly play nice, but Kanami is just unbelievable on these guitars, so that makes me love them. All right, let's jump in. Again, 24 frets. I think this one sounds a little bit heavier than the others do, and I love her little harmonic thing that she did. It's like my friend Ron says, remember, John, she's playing through a Paul Reed Smith amp. She's not playing through her normal. Otherwise, these guitars would sound completely different, guys. I've never heard a Paul Reed Smith actually in person. I will say that I'm not really fond of it from if this is what they sound like. I play through a Line 6. I prefer like a Marshall or something like that, or Orange even. However, when Kanami plays in band MAID, she's going to play her own amps. Here, she's playing Paul Reed Smith, obviously, because she's a spokesperson for Paul Reed Smith. But I don't. This finish is just a finish I don't care for. It's a traditional finish, but I was never into those. I'm a real sucker for flame tops like this gray one here, or even the red one, or a quilt top. And this is a flame top guitar. I don't like that like antique kind of burst finish. Not my favorite. However, Kanami is just killing it with what she's playing. I love her. She's awesome. Sounds nice, clean.
はい、ただいま試奏させていただいたのが SE のカスタム2435周年モデルの PRS ギターです。ここでシングルに切り替えられる3タップがあるっていうのですごく幅広くこれも使えるギターだなって思いました。で SE シリーズって、
the SE, if I'm not wrong, is not, and it's not an American-made guitar. If correct me if I'm wrong, Ron. I'm 99% sure that the SE is not made in Maryland, where U.S. Power Smiths are made.
ちょっと価格安い、普通のカスタム24よりも価格設定低めのイメージなんですけど、でも全くチープ感ございません。すごく高級感あふれてます。
Actually, there's a lot of cheapness on this guitar compared to the others. Simply look at the top at this angle, guys. These others, mahogany body, carved maple top. This is a flat top. Big difference. Big difference. And certainly as far as affordability, the SEs are definitely cheaper. I think you can pick up an SE for, you know, $600, $700, $800. But I mean, they're good guitars, guys. You know, I'm not knocking PRS. It's just not the guitar that I would choose for the money that I would spend. Again, I'd be ESP all day. ESP or Ibanez or even an American-made Fender is the only Fender that I'll own is an American-made. I don't like the ones that are made in Mexico. It's just day and night playing them. But, you know, Kanami uses PRS. Taru and 1OK Rock uses them. I mean, I see so many people in Japan in rock bands using PRS. So they're great guitars, guys. You just got to connect with that guitar. You know what I mean?
正直あんまり違いがわからないというか、むしろすごく素晴らしいなっていう風に感じております。グリップの握りに関してもやっぱり PRS ならではのすごく握りやすさっていう。
Again, guys, the biggest difference you're going to see on this, she says she doesn't see any difference. There's no carved top. And this is abalone inlays on this one too, probably because of the 35th anniversary stuff. I never fall for that stuff. They just jack the price up.
のがございますので、めっちゃいいギターですね。歪みも結構その高音部分がすごくしっかり抜けてくるような印象だったので、それを生かして私はシングルで使うセッティングで使ってみたいなって思いました。結構やっぱこれも私センターの音がすごい好きだなって思って、高音部分を生かしてセンターにして、シングルにしてっていうセッティングでぜひお給仕とかでも使ってみたいなって思いました。クリーンの印象は個人的にトーンをちょっと絞った音が好きだなって思いました。高音部分が耳に入ってくる綺麗なギターだなって思いました。
And that's really what it boils down to, guys, is the sound for you. Whether you like it, whether the guitar is comfortable for you. Again, the one that I had, it was a US, and it was just so imbalanced. It was like every time I sit it on my leg, it just wanted to keep, going backwards, bringing the headstock into the air. So whenever I played it, I had to put a strap on to keep it there. But they're beautiful. I mean, Paul Reed Smith definitely makes some of the most beautiful guitars out there. Look at this dragon inlay. It is unbelievable. But yeah, that's the biggest difference you're going to see, guys, here on the SEs. They're not going to have an arch top. That adds big money. You'll go from 7. I think you can buy one. I'm not saying this particular 35th anniversary edition, but I think you can buy an SE for $600-700, $800, but you're not going to get that carved top. It'll still be pretty, nice and playable, but it's a completely different world. And one thing I really can't stand about this guitar, I hate, around the headstock you have those things there. I just hate that color. It just looks tacky. Should be black. It would definitely match better. But again, Kanami's just here as a spokesperson. Who knows what she's thinking in her head. She could be thinking, wow, this guitar sucks. But I really like the Dragon one, you know what I mean? Who knows? She has to say, oh, it's great, you know what I mean? Because she's a spokesperson. So, me, I don't have to do that. Lucky me.
したので、この高音部分を多分バンドのアンサンブルだったらそのまま出した方がいいと思いました。だけどなんかこうやって単品で弾くときはちょっとトーン絞っても気持ちいいなって思いました。で、個人的にはセンターでブリッジ側シングルの音がクリーンチャンネル好き。
It's kind of another thing I don't like. I really don't like where the pickup selector is on that. It should be lower down. If your whammy bar is back there enough and you go to reach for it, you're going to hit that and mess up your pickup switch, how you had it set. Very strange. I don't like it there. It should be down further, down, closer to the tone knob, down the bottom. But again, guys, it's just personal preference.
好きだなって思いました。音色に関しては本当今弾いてきたギターたちに全く劣ることなくすごく綺麗に抜けて気持ちよく弾くことができました。
I love Kanami, but yes, that guitar is very inferior to a $25,000 guitar. But again, as a spokesperson, she can't say that. It is definitely inferior. All right, guys, back for the last part of this a little bit later. Have a great night. Hey, guys, may as well finish this up. I didn't realize how much time we had left. Only like 4 or 5 minutes. Should have done that last part, but I didn't, so I may as well finish it now. All right, so let's jump back in with Kanami from BandMAID, talking about PRS 35th anniversary guitars.
はい、私が PRS に出会っ
See, now when you look at this guitar, guys, mahogany body, carved flame maple top. Look at that finish. That inlay, that dragon inlay. My friend Ron said this was $25,000, and I still hate where that pickup selector is. It just needs to be down lower, in my opinion. It's a beautiful guitar, though. All these guitars are actually, super nice guitars, but just remember, guys, you get what you pay for. If you buy a $700 Paul Reed Smith SE, it's not equal to, a $2,000 Paul Reed Smith. It's day and night. I don't care what anybody says. There's so many differences just in construction materials, sound, pickups that they use, hardware. However, tons of guitars now. My Jackson, I have a Jackson Dinky. It's like a flat black. Paid $200. It's like my favorite guitar right now that I'm playing. Electric. It's just cheap. I don't have to worry if I ding it, which I never do. I'm very careful. I've never put a ding in anything that I've owned. I'm super careful. So anyway, let's see how she discovered PRS guitars.
たきっかけなんですが、私は好きなとても心の癒しであるギタリストが、カルロス・サンタナさんなんですね。で、カルロス・サンタナさんが使ってるギターが PRS ギターズだったので、それをきっかけでまずこのギターを知ることになりました。その後バンドメイドがよりハードロックサウンドを求めるようになっていきまして、どんなギターを使ったらいいのかしらっていうのでいろいろなギターを弾いて試していて、で一度 PRS ってとても高級感のある憧れのギターだったんですね。で一度このギターを弾いてみたいなと思っていて、弾いてみたらもう絶対これがいいっていう風になってしまって、それから使うようになりました。今使ってるギターカスタム24なんですけど、今のカスタム24は、今持ってるようなとこでプライベートストックのドラゴンなんですけど、こういう感じの仕様で結構シンプルなギターなんですね。で今日ご紹介させていただく35周年モデルのカスタム24は、スイッチがついていてシングルコイルとかに切り替えることができる。
Seeing that dragon inlay reminds me of, this must have been 2003 or so. Maybe you guys saw it. I had a J. Terser Les Paul that had a pretty sweet dragon inlay. It was like I think it was a flame top purple. And back then I think I paid like $500-600 for that thing. I don't even know if they're still around. I love how she's showing this dragon again. 99% of the population that plays can't afford this guitar. However, I hope Kanami has one in her collection somewhere. That would be super cool of Paul Reed Smith to cough one up for her.
タイプになっているので、すごくバリエーションが広がったなっていう印象がありました。でシングルコイルのギターもそろそろちょっと使ってみたいなっていうふうに思ってたので、この35周年モデル取り入れるのすごくいいなっていうふうに思っております。ご主人様、お嬢様、いかがだったでしょうか。もう思想楽しすぎました。もう真面目な顔でとても思想してしまいました。個人的に本当に楽しかったです。ぜひもう本当に PRS 私大好きでとてもおすすめなので、この動画をご覧いただき、ちょっと興味を持った方はぜひともお店とかで弾いてみてお楽しみいただければと思います。バンドメイドは2021年2月11日に日本武道館が決まっております。もしご興味あればご企画お待ちしております。バンドメイドのギターのかなみでした。バイバイ。
I love Kanami. Absolutely love her. But again, I'm not a PRS guy, but Kanami loves them, and she's awesome on them. Oh man, I would have been so tweaked though, holding on to that dragon one, such a big money guitar. I would have never let go of the neck or something. She's talking, oh man, my luck, it would have slid right off and hit the floor. Bam! Not good. Alright guys, I hope you like this as much as I did. Again, I'm not knocking Kanami for her choice. You have to have a guitar that suits you, that plays well for you, that sounds good to you, and that's her choice. And I love One OK Rock, and that's what Teru plays, and he's incredible. So, alright my friends, I hope you enjoyed it. Guys, look for more BandMaid, and we'll see you soon. Have a good one.